I was a K-12 teacher down in Rochester, Minnesota, and I was teaching geography, and I could not get my students motivated in a way that I wanted them to. I was probably just a terrible teacher. And at the same time, I was working for National Geographic, and I thought, why don't we bring the real world into the classroom? The technology was not that good. I mean, this was the late 90s. We spent about 4 years trying to get money to do the first expedition. Having the students experience the world in real time, tied to a curriculum. From the early 2000s till now, it has completely taken off. We just finished an expedition from Arctic Bay to this beautiful community of Pond Inlet. I'm Aaron Deering. I'm a professor of learning technologies at the University of Minnesota, and I'm also the director of the Learning Technologies Media Lab. What we focus on is how we can use technology for innovation, how we can inspire the youth, the teachers, and the way that they use technology to experience a world that they've never experienced before. That's mainly through what I call adventure learning. Adventure learning is where we not only write this curriculum and design these learning environments that have a focus on aesthetics, have a focus on this motivation for the teachers and students, but then we, more importantly, go out there, wherever there may be, and we are able to give that students a real world experience as we're experiencing it firsthand. Back to 2004 when we did our first online education program, we didn't know who was going to actually follow along and be part of this online adventure learning project as we spent over 6 months in the Arctic. And we pushed it out with National Geographic, we pushed it out with all the media that we possibly could, trying to get K-12 students involved. And when we hit the very north end of the Baffin Island at the end of the 6-month trip, we had over 3 million learners from around the world. Students from around the world that are participating with us as we experience it in real time. We plug in our computers and It's not only the students in the lower latitudes, the students and the teachers within these Arctic communities were also using our education program. And the reason they did that is because it was reinforcing their culture. It was reinforcing the traditional knowledge that they, the elders, want passed down from generation to generation. We focus on a culture, we focus on an environmental issue, and now we even focus on a social issue. We're making it real time from the field, wherever that might be. It might be a trail in the middle of the Arctic, it might be in the middle of Africa in Ouagadougou, it might be in Nepal. Students are experiencing it real time as we are out there battling the conditions.
So much energy, so much creativity, always thinking of like different ways of presenting educational material. We are focused on all different types of technology-enhanced learning. Online learning, mobile learning, being prepared to innovate and handle something in the moment that you didn't anticipate.
I applied for Aaron's Teacher Explorer program. I had applied for several years. I'd throw some hints in every now and then. Hey, you got any candidates for this year's Teacher Explorer? And he said, yeah, go ahead and apply.
So I turned mine off.
Okay, now we're going to turn ours off and turn it back on.
It was hard to break in. I think he became desperate by the time he was going to northern Canada and they couldn't find a Teacher Explorer. So they suckered me into it, and I was mostly a grunt that year. I picked up dog poop and fed the dogs, and that's my glorious start.
These are the people that you're going to be relying on. Strong individuals, mentally strong, that also have amazing skills. Video editing, how to read topographic maps, writing the trail reports that sync with the curriculum. I'm just trying to keep everybody alive.